Unless you've been living under a rock this past year, you may have noticed diesel prices have been skyrocketing. So if you can find a program to help save money on diesel fuel, especially if it's a free program, why not take advantage of it? Hi, my name's Dan.
Hi, I'm Dina, and we are Rivers to Ridges RV. When we first started traveling a little over a year ago, we were paying approximately $3 a gallon for diesel. Recently in California, we were paying well over $6 a gallon for diesel. And here in Montana, although it has come down a little bit, we're still paying near $6 a gallon for diesel. In this video, we're going to show you ways that we save on diesel.
And believe it or not, you can save at truck stops.
Since this category falls in Danny's department, I'm going to take Rodeo for a walk to the dog park and let Danny explain the details. Bye-bye.
It must be nice. Before we get into the fuel savings program, let's talk a little bit about the company and the history of the company. TSD Logistics started out as Tri-State Delivery based out of Texarkana, Texas in 1980. Basically, it's just a trucking company. In 2008, they created their logistics division, and in 2010, they changed their name from Tri-State Delivery to TSD Logistics. Now, you may have heard of TSD Logistics or TSD Open Roads. TSD Open Roads is just a division of TSD Logistics, and it's their fuel savings program. In our case, we can just use them interchangeably, but just so you know, TSD Open Roads is a division of TSD Logistics. Now, we're talking about RVs in our particular case, but you don't have to own an RV to benefit from this program. Anybody who purchases diesel fuel can benefit from this. So if you maybe go to truck stops once or twice a year on a family vacation, or if you have to haul things once in a while and you have to stop at truck stops, it's worth looking into this program. There's no startup fees, there's no hidden fees, and especially there's no long-term contracts. So it doesn't cost you anything to get this card. We actually had our card for probably 6 months before we used it the first time. So it's basically a free way to save some money when you need to. Now, the card is accepted at all major truck stops in the US and Canada. However, not all truck stops will give you the benefits. Love's, TA, Racetrack, and there's some others you can get benefits from there. So it's easy just to go online and see which ones are supported, or use their mobile app and tell which ones are supported as well. So great way to save some money when you need to stop at a truck stop. We've actually been able to save 25, even up to 50 cents a gallon of diesel fuel. This is a great way to save money on diesel fuel, but the card does have some limitations. The card is supported in all major truck stops in the US and Canada, but only certain truck stops will give a discount. And these are truck stops, a lot of the major ones like TA, Love's, and Racetrack, and there's others as well. Also, the card must be tied to a US bank account. It cannot be tied to a credit card. You have to go through the commercial lanes. You cannot use the lanes up front. You have to go in the lanes in the back, or the trucking lanes. And currently they don't have a gasoline discount. They're working on it. I was told by the end of 2022 they should have a gasoline program as well. So that may help out some other people. And there is a limit to how many gallons you can get a day, which is currently it's 200 gallons a day or $1,000 a day, whichever comes first. The rate we're going right now at these prices, $1,000 might go by pretty quick. Now, you know, TSD Logistics is not doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. They're making money as well. But if you think about it, it benefits everybody. The way this works is TSD Logistics charges a 10% fee on the money you save per gallon of diesel fuel. So as an example, back in the good old days when diesel fuel was $3 a gallon, TSD Logistics may only be paying $2.50 a gallon. That's the negotiated rates between them and whatever truck stop they're at. So you basically saved 50 cents a gallon. Now, what TSD Logistics will do is they're going to charge you 10% of that 50 cents a gallon that you just saved, which is 5 cents a gallon. So that's how TSD Logistics makes their money. But if you think about it, you're still saving money and everybody wins in this particular case. If you find these types of videos helpful, please hit the subscribe button now and also the like button. It really helps our videos get out to more and more people, and we really want to help as many RVers as possible. Thank you. Before we get into how to sign up for the program and how to use the program, let me just give you a few examples. These are some old receipts I happen to have. I just want to show you some examples of the money we saved. Now on the screen you'll see a statement, which is the big white portion, and usually on the left hand side there's a couple examples on the left and the right hand side. There's a little black section. That's basically a screenshot from their mobile app, which shows how much money you saved. So this very first example I want to show you. This is a Love's truck stop. You can see the pump price was $6.04 a gallon. I ended up paying $5.79 a gallon. I saved $4.55, which comes out to 25 cents a gallon. Another example from a Love's truck stop. Pump price $5.84 a gallon. I ended up paying $5.59 a gallon. I saved a total of $5.97. Again, this is 25 cents a gallon savings. Now here's a couple examples of some TA truck stops, or some savings from TA truck stops. First one, TA pump price $3.82 a gallon. I ended up paying $3.28 a gallon. I ended up saving $11.85. This is a total of 54 cents per gallon, which is pretty nice. Another example of a TA truck stop. The pump price, $3.64 a gallon. I ended up paying $3.24 a gallon for a total savings of $5.81, or 40 cents per gallon. So you can see the benefit is really, it's worth it. Again, it doesn't cost anything to get the card and use it whenever you want it, so it's a great way to save some money when you're at truck stops. Let's talk a little bit about the sign-up process, and it's a pretty easy process, to be honest with you. There's a couple ways to get started. You can go to the tsdlogistics.com webpage, scroll down towards the bottom, and click on the Fuel Services program. Another way to get started is to go to myopenroads.com and select the Ready to Apply button. Now don't worry about memorizing the URLs. We'll put a link below to the URL to help you get started. Now the link in the video description is our affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything at all. It just gives us credit if you do happen to sign up. So please use that link below in the description. This is going to bring up a page, or a registration page. If you don't have an account already, you're going to have to fill in a email address and a password, and that's going to create an account for you to help you register. Once you do that, then you can go through the sign up process. I already have an account set up, so we'll go ahead and sign in. Now since I already have an account, this is kind of just a test account just to kind of go through the process. I'm going to hit the sign in button. If you don't have an account, you're going to hit the register button instead. Now we'll go ahead and hit login. Now you can see I already started a sample application. I just wanted to fill in a lot of the fields before we started the video. So I have this resume application. If you didn't already start one, it would start at the very beginning. This is the first step in the application process. You're going to fill in your personal information. There's a couple things I want you to be aware of, or just people do have concerns. One thing is they do ask for your social security number. Honestly, I didn't like this. I really don't like that fact. However, I did research the company. The company's been around since 1980. A lot of RVers do this. Nobody has ever had a problem. The only reason why they ask for a social security number is to protect them. If for some reason you charge fuel and you don't pay it, they need a means to get back, you know, and try to get the money from you or collect the money from you. So that's why there's a social security number on here. There's something else I want you to be aware of, and I'll show you that a little bit later on in the sign up process. So here you can see we have our, our name, social security number, phone number, basically our address and how to contact us. Now the next step in the process, this is the most important part of the process, this is the referral. If somebody referred you, this is how they get credit. Now in our particular case, we used our affiliate link to get here, so our name does show up. Again, this doesn't cost you anything. It just gives us credit, showing TSD Logistics that we are trying to help promote their product. So on this place, go ahead and click next. Now here you could expedite the card if you needed to. Hopefully you don't have to. It does cost, you know, up to $70 at this point. I would just pick no. It's only going to take 10 to 15 business days to get there anyways. So in our case, we're going to hit no, or select no and click next. Now this is another piece of advice, and some people do have a problem with this. You have to tie this card back to a checking account or a savings account. Personally, I had reservations about this. I really don't like giving somebody else permission to one of my bank accounts. So what Dina and I did, is we created a separate checking account, and we only use it for fuel. That's kind of something I would hope you do, or at least think about it. I just don't like having them tied into my main checking account. So we have a checking account we created. It's only used for this card and for fuel purchases, and we only keep a bare minimum amount of money in there. So we only spend at most maybe $200 on travel days, so I just keep a little bit more than $200 in my checking account. After it goes through, after everything clears, if it gets down, then I'll always, you know, transfer more money back into it. So I always keep somewhere between $200 and $400 in my checking account. So on this page here, they're just asking you for your bank name. Is it a checking account or is it a savings account, a routing number, basically how to get to your account. Once you fill this in, go ahead and click next. This is an authorization page. You're basically saying TSD Logistics has the authority to debit your checking or your savings, whichever account you tied the card to. You're going to go ahead and sign this and click next. Now at this point, TSD Logistics needs to validate the account that you're tying the TSD Logistics card to. And there's 3 different ways of doing this. The first one is basically instant verification with Plaid. It's basically a way you sign into your checking account or your savings account and try to go through validation from there. Now this works for large banks, large credit unions maybe, but some of the smaller ones you may not be able to use this option. Another option is for TSD Logistics to deposit a very small amount of money into your account, and then they will take it back out again. It's usually less than $1. It'd be some change. That's another way for them to validate your routing number and the account number. And the third option, if neither one of those work, you could actually pay them some money and they'll help you validate as well. So these are your options from here. Once you get your account validated, and I can't show you from here because I just put some fake numbers in, but once you get your account validated, you would review your application, and then you would submit your application. At that point, TSD Logistics does whatever they do on their side. They'll create a card for you and mail you a card to the account or to the address that's on your application. At that point, you're basically ready to use a card at truck stops. That's all there is to the sign-up process. Once you get your card, usually 10 to 15 business days, you're ready to use it at a truck stop. Now for me personally, the hardest thing of the whole process was getting the nerves up to go to a truck stop. I've never been to a truck stop before. So honestly, once you get over that initial nerves or nervousness of going to a truck stop, it's not a big deal at all. Now we go there and, you know, just like one of the truckers. There is some etiquette at truck stops. Once you are fueling, if you are going to go inside for anything, pull up to a yellow line. It's usually maybe 60, 70 feet in front of the fuel pumps, and it allows the person behind you to start fueling while you're inside. Now the process of actually using your card at a truck stop, it's basically the same as if you went to a gas station and pumped your own fuel. However, they do ask you additional questions. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull up to the commercial lanes in the back of the truck stops, and when you start pumping, you're going to put your card in. It is going to ask you for there's maybe 5 or 6 different questions it's going to ask you. It's going to ask you what kind of rig you are. You're going to enter trailer. It will ask you if you want DEF, which is diesel exhaust fluid. It will ask you if you want any additional products, and depending on what state you're in, it may even ask you some additional questions. So make sure, especially the first time you do this, make sure you read everything on the screen. You're allowed to skip. For example, if you don't want deaf, you can skip it. It may ask you if you're a member of some trucking thing, you can skip that as well, or continue. So especially the first time you do this, make sure you take your time and read everything on the screen, because it is slightly different. Now, another nice thing about this, these fuel pumps are huge. The diameter of the nozzle is pretty big, so don't think you're gonna sit there and just walk away. These things fill up pretty quick, which is one nice thing about this. Overall, it's a very simple process. It's like anything else. You're probably gonna be a little bit nervous the first time you use it. Take your time. Be courteous of others. Once you're done fueling, if you're gonna go inside, at least pull up. There's usually gonna be a yellow line up ahead of the fuel pumps. This allows the trucker behind you to start fueling. If you're not going in, just go ahead and pull up and get out of the way. Again, it's a very simple process, and why not? It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and it's gonna save you money at the fuel pumps. Hopefully that all makes sense to you. If you do decide to join the program, please use must be nice.
Rodeo had a lot to smell at the dog park. What can I say? Sorry.
If you do decide to join the program, please use our link below in the description. It helps us out a little bit, and it doesn't cost you anything extra at all.
As you can tell, Rodeo really did get a good workout, because you can hear her drinking water. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Have a great week, and God bless.
Remember, always live life to the fullest.
Rodeo! Come, Rodeo! Come! Rodeo! What you doing? What you doing?